So with thinking about the word witness, John continues to highlight specific miracles as a sign of Jesus' identity as the Messiah. And that would be here in chapter 9 of John, that Jesus heals a man who was blind from birth. In Jesus' day, it was common belief that disabilities and other health issues were common and caused by sin. In fact, if you go to John chapter 9, verse 3, Jesus tells his disciples it's not the parents that cause this sin. But the overall scope of chapter 9 talks about a few things. One is the healing of the blind man. Secondly, the healed man's testimony. And third, the spiritual blindness. So when we talk about witness, we're talking about seeing something unfold before our eyes. We see something different. Perhaps you notice a change in a friend of yours, a change in a neighbor, a change in a coworker, a change in someone in your community. You see a change in how they live and how they act and how they interact with one another. And so you've witnessed someone's life change, someone's life become different. And that is the question that we have for each other. And so if we take time this week, today and this week, read chapter 9 of the book of John, and we'll see that Jesus heals a blind man. This blind man shares his testimony of what happened. His testimony of his life that was once blind, and then a man approaches him and puts mud in his eyes and tells him to go into the pool and wash. And he wants to share with not only everyone, but he wants to share with the whole community, the whole world, what just happened. And so when we're told about being a witness, you shall be my witness, you and I, it comes down to this. If you haven't already defined what witness is or what does it mean to be a witness, you could still do that. But the question I have for you now is, are you open to share with others, your family, your friends, about what Jesus has done in your life? What has Jesus done? What does Jesus mean to you? You see, we can go around sharing the gospel, sharing about, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. We can do that. But the other aspect is this, sharing your story, what Jesus done in your life. You see, many people were confused with the blind man in John chapter 9. Many people were wondering, like, this guy is crazy. And others knew that this man was blind. Once blind, but now can see. It comes down to this, that people can accept it or reject it. But here's something that we need to know. That a witness, a strong witness that becomes before people that have seen something happen, some change, something different in life, they can share that as a testimony in itself with others. And folks can either reject it or accept it. But the one thing is, you can't deny, is the witness. A witness saw something take place before them. People saw this blind man once was blind, but now he can see. And the question is, are you and me willing to share with others about what Jesus has done in your life? Let's think about it. What Jesus has done in your life. That is something you can share. And there might be people that will reject it. And there might be people that will accept it. But we need to be willing to share what Jesus has done. That is a witness. We shouldn't keep it to ourselves. We shouldn't just hide the story. We shouldn't sweep it under the rug. We shouldn't hold on to it. We should boldly share it. Amen? Amen. Have a blessed day, blessed week. Check out the link in the description box below to continue this journey at Discipleship 24/7 blog. Amen.